Hello dear viewers, my name is Nino and you're watching Nino's product reviews, and today we're going to take a look at the Dailyart kitchen machine, the Art 105S. It is a 600 watt kitchen machine with a 4.2 liters capacity of the bowl, and of course if you want to use flowers you got to pay attention. This one supports up to half a kilo or 500 grams. Now I'm going to unbox this machine and we're going to see that there are several additional attachments which will help us work with it. You have of course the instruction manual, this tiny spatula here, and as we go on we're going to see that there are several attachments as I've mentioned, but I will actually skip the pulling out the machine from the box because that was very hard and it took me quite a lot of time, and I'm sure nobody's interested in seeing that, so there we go. Now first you'll notice that we have this cover which will cover our bowl. It has a tiny opening here, a tiny window, which allows you to throw in stuff while the machine is operating without having everything sprayed in your face and on your walls. It's a great thing. This attachment here is for making the dough, and then we have a second attachment. I'm not 100% sure what it's good for, but I'm sure the guys out there who use such machines will know. In any case, it's good that we have multiple ones. Now I'm going to remove this foil from the machine, and as we can see, the third attachment is actually hidden within the bowl. It is the egg beater attachment, and it's also made very well, although unlike the other ones it is not steel. And we see the stainless steel bowl itself, very well made. It feels very nice in my hand, and it snaps on the actual device when we want to use it, like so. This is of course standard fare, all the other devices included. I mean, nobody would make a kitchen robot where the bowl is not snapping onto it, but still, you know, it's something that's happening, so I'm going to address it. Now as you've seen, it's pretty easy to place the cover, and the whole thing is very tightly shut, very nicely indeed. We have these suction cups on the bottom of the device, and they're very strong. They're actually biting into the table right now, and pretty much any surface I've thrown at them except a piece of carton, which I now use where I place the machine when I don't use it, so I can take it easily enough, otherwise it bites into the shelves and I have a hard time removing it. Let's move on to the actual test of the machine. So what we're going to do here is, or more like what Sarah is going to do here, is she's going to make a bread. And for that she's taken some flour, some warm water, she's going to add some olive oil to it. She has her own recipe. I'm not gonna go into too much details. This isn't supposed to be a cooking video, though it resembles one a lot. What's essentially going to happen is we're going to now close the kitchen robot and start it, and we're only going to start it on the first setting. Now the kitchen robot can be quite loud if you set it up on higher settings, but on the first setting it's not loud at all. It's absolutely acceptable. It's definitely, for example, much quieter than a hair dryer or a vacuum cleaner. Those might be a bit too extreme examples, but you know, some people have complained that these machines can be very loud, and they can. If you set this one on very high setting like 7, 8, even 6, it's gonna get pretty loud. But on the first setting it's going to slowly do its work, and it's going to do it very efficiently nonetheless. I actually once made dough on my own. It took me about 40 minutes. Everything was a mess, and this is just beautiful. You start it, it does the dirty work for you, but you are going to notice this whole shaking of the top part of the machine. This is because the whole machine actually has a plastic body, and the dough, as it gets more solid, offers resistance. Now while this looks weird and scary, it's actually in no way dangerous for the machine. The plastic is flexible. Now I'm just going to let you listen to the noise so you can judge for yourself. So now that you've had the possibility to hear the noise, obviously the camera is not going to catch the noise exactly as it is in real life, but it gives you a very good idea. And as you have seen, or more like heard, it's nothing to be worried about. Your neighbors are not going to be able to hear this, and it's not going to worry you in any way. It's absolutely acceptable. Now outside of that, you can see that we are here pretty much at the end of the process. The dough has become very solid, and this within about 7 to 8 minutes, something like that. And you see that it's also a very clean thing, you know, though the bowl is not dirty. We have very little dough residue, which is very easy to clean. The dough hook is very easy, or the kneading hook is very easy to clean. So everything's very convenient. This is definitely a machine that is worth it, especially considering how cheap this machine is compared to other ones. Negative sides, yes, it's made out of plastic. The main body is made out of plastic. You see these bits of shaking there and stuff. It might be a bit louder than other models. Now I can't really judge it. I've heard a few others and they're pretty loud too. But all in all, it's definitely worth his money, and you're saving a lot. And really, it's in my personal opinion, it's a better choice than buying a very expensive one, because essentially it's going to do the same unless you really need a much larger amount of dough or other ingredients that you want to mix, and the bowl just isn't big enough. The strength of the machine will suffice. Here's the bread that we made as it was prepared to go in the oven, and this is what came out. It was really tasty. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and if that was the case, be sure to like, comment and subscribe. And if you want to support my YouTube channel further, you may click on the Patreon side on top, or you can also use the Amazon link that I've provided in the description to buy something within 5 minutes after clicking on that link. It really helps me, guys, and I'd be really grateful if you did so. In any case, thanks for watching, and I hope I'll see you on the next video.